Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I want to talk about the fate of RWBY and what I think will happen with the series. So this is after finding out that Rooster Teeth is getting shut down, and one thing that I will say is that this is very sad. I was not part of the Rooster Teeth community. I haven't been watching Rooster Teeth for 20 years or so. I didn't even know what Rooster Teeth was until I started watching RWBY. So even as someone who I guess is a newly formed fan of Rooster Teeth, I will say that it's still really sad because you can tell that they're a big family and this was their livelihood, and with all the scandals and controversies, yes, they were unfortunate, but I think they were just trying their best to stay afloat and make content that people could really be entertained by. So I think that it's sad either way, and I'm really sorry that people are losing their jobs and having to go out on the job hunt. As someone who's been job hunting and looking for a place to learn and grow, it's a really tough place to be. So I wish the best of luck to everybody on the Rooster Teeth crew. So I just want to talk about the three options that could happen with RWBY. Number one, they get bought out by another production company and they finish the series. Two, the people or the crew of RWBY somehow get together and independently finish it off with Volume 10. Or three, somebody buys the rights to RWBY. Now, let me just say this. I think the third option is the most likely. Now, the first two options, they're fine, but like I said, the first one, someone could buy the rights to RWBY and finish out the series on their own, or whatever production company that would be. But what people have to remember is that RWBY is not like a podcast or some commentary YouTube channel. It's an animated series, which means that you have to hire animators, writers, producers, voice actors and actresses. So it's going to take a lot of money, and I don't know if any production company is going to find it worthy enough to do that and spend that type of money on this series. So I think that's the best option. I would like that to happen, but I don't know how likely that is to come to life. Number two, the people of RWBY behind the scenes, they decide to do it independently and put out Volume 10 as their last volume. That option is okay, but like I said in my last video, putting out Volume 10, I don't think that's a win. It's still not really a win because RWBY needs at least 2 or 3 more volumes. If they decide that Volume 10 is their last volume, it is 1000% going to be rushed. Because there's no way. They just got out of the void or out of the ever after and back into Remnant. It's going to take that whole volume 10, to kind of set up everything for the actual ending. And Salem still needs to find the crown. We still don't know who the Summer Maiden is. There's still a lot of conflicts with Cinder and RWBY. There's just so much that needs to still happen that one volume is not going to figure it all out. So I don't really view that as a good option. The most realistic choice, or option that I see here, is that someone just buys out the rights to RWBY and they just kind of have the rights to put all 9 volumes on their platform, which I think is most likely to happen because people love the series. I think it's worth it. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to Crunchyroll and it's just there on Crunchyroll. They can also sell merchandise. They can put out comic books or novels. So I think that you know, someone buying out the rights is kind of the best option. And, you know, I hope that's what happens. But, you know, would I like the series to get finished? Yes. But like I said before, at this point, RWBY is over. In my mind, that's why in the last video, I put out those jokes, because it's over. Whether there's a volume 10 or not, in my eyes, it's done, because either A, they can't put out a final volume, so volume 9 is the furthest we'll get to, or they put out volume 10 and that's the last volume and it's going to be rushed. So I don't think that either of those options are really good, and it proves that RWBY is done, which is really, really sad. Like, I'm really upset about it, because we were right at the final arc and people were coming into RWBY. You know, I saw a lot of comments of people saying like, oh, I just got into RWBY and it's a really cool show. So who knows? Maybe somebody buys the rights and it gets more popular and they decide, okay, maybe we should put out more volumes, or we'll start it over again. Who knows? But it's really sad, because RWBY was a show that I started watching when I don't even remember how old I was, but it was a long time ago. And I remember being skeptical of it, because I was like, ugh, this looks like the average, like, anime show with 4 girls going into an academy. Like, this is pretty much every anime that I've seen. But it was so special. It was really, really, really special. And for it to be done, I mean, RWBY has gotten me through the hardest of times. And I know this sounds so overdramatic and so emotional, but it's the truth. Like, this is the one series I care about, because I don't really watch TV shows like that. So this was the one show that I really supported and wanted it to go on and have a great legacy. And the fact that this is it, really, it kills me. It really does kill me inside. But, you know, hopefully something great can happen. I hope that someone picks it up and decides to finish it and give it justice. But money is tight right now. I don't know if any production company wants to spend that money. So, you know, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. And again, I'm really sad about Rooster Teeth ending, even though, again, I wasn't like a huge fan of theirs. But it's sad to see any family break apart. So hopefully everybody will find another job and continue to do what they love. So again, leave a like, comment about what you think the fate of RWBY will be, and I'll see you in the next video.